All right, guys, it is Sunday afternoon. I've been working on my Buick Turbo Century, and it's really bad news. This car it's pretty far gone, and I was the only crazy person in the world crazy enough to tackle it, which I was going to. I was going to spend the time and the money and try to get it back running again. But anyway, it's just too far gone, man. I pulled the carpet out. All four floor pans are rusted through. Even the top of the transmission tunnel's rusted through. So it is now floor pans. I can replace the entire pan, but when I took the dash out was when I noticed the VIN plate on the back side. The windshield was already broke, so I went ahead and took a screwdriver and busted all this out to gain access. But half the VIN plate's rusted away and gone. So I won't even be able to license the car or even sell it to somebody for that matter. So that's pretty much it for this car. It will not be built. I'm not going to sell any parts off of it. I mean, even though there's only like 2 parts on the whole car that I could sell. I'm going to keep it just in case I do find another 2-door aero body sometime. I may need the glass or the trim or something out of it. But I'll just push it back here in my fenced area and put a tarp on it and just call it a day. It really saddens me. I mean, the car doesn't have value. It's a rare car, and I love 2-door aero cars like this, and I just, I wanted to say that. But anyway, that VIN plate, that's what done it in right there. I'm not messing with that thing. I'm even going to attempt to try to do something with that. And the car's junk. So anyway, what basically the reason this car is around here is, if you've been watching my channel, I started a new job last week. I worked all last week. Now, when I got the job, when I was talking to the guy that owns the shop about going to work for him, he wanted to know when I could start. Now, I have a customer that was supposed to bring a '69 Chevy truck for me to work on here at my house, and I was actually going to do it last week, but the guy that owns the shop I went to work at, he really needed the help last week. So what I did was I rescheduled for this week to work on the customer truck here at home. So basically I'm taking, because they're going to be closed Monday anyway, so I was taking off the rest of the week, which would be 4 more days. So anyway, I rescheduled with the guys with the truck. He was supposed to bring that truck this morning. So he called me a couple hours ago and said that it may be Tuesday or Wednesday now before he brings it. So now I'm beginning to wonder if he's even going to bring it. But anyway, the reason the Century is here is I was planning on going ahead and buying a cam and lifter kit for the engine, and I was going to take the engine to a machine shop and have it vatted and new cam bearings put in and freeze plugs. And I was going to go ahead and just overhaul the engine, new rings and bearings and all that, new cam, time of chain, new gaskets and seals, of course. So anyway, I was just going to try to, put the car pretty much together. I was going to cut this area of the firewall out from a Monte Carlo and put in this one, because this one's rusted. I was going to get a windshield from work at cost. It was going to be like $90. So I was going to replace the windshield. And I was pretty much going to license it and just start driving it. I was going to bolt all the parts, on the car that's here, because I pretty much have everything for the car, except a fender and both inner fender plastic liners, which I was going to go to the salvage this week and get them. But anyway, that was the plan. I was going to leave the paint the way it was, the front fenders, different colors and everything, and just rebuild all the suspension, new tires and all that, overhaul the engine, and I was going to roll with it, I'm kind of wanting a V6 car to drive back and forth to work, because it is a 30-minute drive on the highway. My brick square body over there with a V8 gets horrible fuel mileage, and this was a V6 turbo car, so I thought, well, hell, that'd be pretty good for fuel mileage. I know it ain't going to be much different, but it is better. It's got to be better than a 5,000-pound truck, I can tell you that, V8 too. So anyway, that was the plan. I was going to drive it all ratty and nasty like it is. I just didn't give a shit, I was going to fix what needed to be fixed and replace what needed to be replaced, and that was it. But now it ain't going to happen. Car's too far gone, and I won't be able to license it anyway. And wouldn't you know, a train's coming through just in time. Man, I am awesome at timing those videos, but anyway, I'll get to it. This car will not be built now. It's just going to be a parts car. So what I have decided is to do something, because I've gathered all the parts for this car. I've got all the chassis parts. I've got tires, wheels, steering wheel, seat. I've got everything. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to try to find a 78 to 80 Buick Regal two-door body. And the main reason is, there's two reasons. All the parts I've gathered for this car are Buick parts, with the exception of the Monte Carlo SS front bucket seats, but they're pretty much the same as a, mid-80s and up, Monte Carlo, or Regal Turbo T, T-Type, or Grand National. It's that newer seat, the low back. But anyway, the other reason is my first car was a 79 Buick Regal Limited. And I've always wanted to build 78 to 80 Regal and paint it just like my high school car. So that's exactly what I've decided to do, minus the painting for now. So I've actually been in there online looking, and of course there's nothing online. When you need something or want something, it's never on there. But I do know where a 78 to 80 Regal is, but it's missing the entire front clip. On a plus note, I could probably get the car for a couple $100, because I actually already own the doors that are on the car. I just never have went and taken them off of it. But it is complete from the doors back, all the glasses in it, the trunk lid's in it, and the car is actually nice. I think somebody was going to make a dirt track car out of it because they took all the interior out of the car. Now, if I remember, when I looked into the floors, I was kind of amazed at how nice they were. I'm just hoping that is the car I'm thinking of. But I'll find out Tuesday, because I'm going down there Tuesday morning first thing, and I'm going to see about that car. Now, I'm going to need both fenders and both plastic inner fenders. But I needed a fender and both inner fenders for this car, so I was going to go to a salvage that's about an hour and a half away to get them this week. So it's almost kind of the same predicament, really. But the main thing is, I have the hood and I have a header panel. Now the turbo hood off this car will interchange with the Regal, and actually the hood that come with this car as extra is off of a 78 to 80 Sport Coupe Regal. So I do have the turbo bulge hood. I have a 78 or 9 Regal header off a two-door car, and it's complete. It has the grill and everything in it. And I also have an 80 4-headlight front end Regal two-door header out there, which I want the 78 or 9 one that I have, because my car was a 79. It just had the two big square headlights. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Everything that I bought and gathered for this car, I'll just turn around and put on that Regal if I get it, or try to find one if I can't get this one. I'm pretty sure I can get this car, and I think the guy will even deliver it for me, which is even better. I do know where a Regal is in another salvage, 78 to 80. It's missing the motor and trans and the hood and the header panel. The fenders are on the car, so I'm hoping the fenders are good. Other than that, that's about the only Regal I know of for the front fenders for 78 to 80. I know where lots of four-door cars are, but they're not the same. The two doors all its own. So anyway, that's the plan right there. I'm going to use my Turbo V6 engine, the 204R, the Monte Carlo SS chassis, the new tires, the Grand National rims, the Grand National steering wheel, the Monte Carlo SS front buckets. Pretty much everything that I was going to put on this car is going in that 78 to 80 Regal body. And I'll eventually, I won't do it right now, but I'll probably just do it what I was doing to this. I was just going to throw it together to start being able to drive it and learn that little Turbo V6 engine. Those things are, it's way outdated technology. It's a draw-through turbo system. They weren't very popular. They were pretty problematic. And I don't know nothing about a hot air car, so everything I know is 86, 88, 87, intercooled SFI stuff. So basically what I wanted to do was kind of get it together and just call it a rolling mock-up and start driving it and tinker on it and learn it. Learn how to mess with it and tune it and all that stuff. And then, when I do get some free time in a couple of years, I could tear it all apart and paint it up and do it just like my high school car, which is what I plan on doing. I'll paint it the dark brown just like my first 1979 Regal I had. paint it dark brown and put the tan top on it, and instead of the chrome 14-inch rallies, I'll have the chrome Grand National 15-inch wheels, so that'll be kind of cool. So anyway, that's the plan, guys. I have a lot of 78 to 80 parts, not a lot, but I have some in my attic that I've been saving for years, because I knew at one point in my life I was gonna, build one like my high school car. So I think that's just pretty much the only route I can go right now. Anyway, if I get that Regal body, I'll do a video of it Tuesday. But anyway, that's the plan. The Century is done. That vent plate and the rusty floor is pretty much done it in. So I'll just drag that Regal body in here and go see if I can get them fenders off that other car, and then I'll have pretty much everything I need. So I guess that's it. New project in the works maybe, but like I said, I'm not going to paint it. If I do get that Regal, I'm just going to throw it together. I'm not going to spend the time on trying to do body work and paint and all that crap. I'm just going to bolt it together. It'll have different colored front fenders and all that shit and a hood and stuff, but I don't care. It's just going to be something I can start to drive and learn it as I go, get it all dialed in, and then, and later on when the 55's done, I can tear it in a million pieces and do it up real nice. But anyway,